What if you could have a direct conversation with the wisest, most conscious, and powerful version of yourself? What would it be like to travel to a distant future and meet who you've become after reaching the peak of your spiritual evolution? This is entirely possible through your version that already exists in the 11th dimension, Chosen One. Now imagine receiving precise advice from that version, guidance capable of triggering an instant and true quantum shift in your life. You are already existing in multiple dimensions at once, including a higher one, the 11th dimension, even if you're not aware of it yet. And this is not fantasy. Modern science is already convinced of the existence of at least 11 different dimensions, something that will be clearly revealed and explained in this video. If you've been sensing that there's more to you than what you can currently see, that's not a coincidence. It's because you are a chosen one, and the All has just delivered the exact video you need right now. Today, I'm going to reveal how you can apply a specific quantum technique to access this higher dimension and freely speak with your higher self. I'll do that in 3 chapters that must be watched in this exact order, because I'll guide you from the deepest understanding to the practical application that will accelerate your quantum manifestation power. And if you already feel that this truth deeply resonates with you, leave a comment right now. I am multidimensional. Your higher self in the 11th dimension. You are a multidimensional consciousness, living simultaneously in various realities. Right now, as you watch this video, there is a version of you existing beyond time, space, and matter, dwelling in what science calls the 11th dimension. And in this higher dimension, you have already achieved unification with the All, transforming into a perfect and fully enlightened version of yourself, your higher self. The concept of multiple dimensions is already a scientific reality supported by the famous quantum mechanics and M-theory, which seeks to unify string theory and supergravity. But this isn't news for many advanced spiritual traditions and even psychoanalysis. Let me give you some examples. Carl Jung referred to this perfect part of you as the self, not as a metaphor, but as a real consciousness. In Vedanta, a classical spiritual tradition from India, they refer to the Atman as the true self or individual soul, identical to Brahman, the Absolute. The Gnostics speak of the fragmented soul, and in Christianity, it's known as the Holy Spirit, an inner guiding presence. Personally, I like the definition of the divine spark or higher self that dwells within you, and I'll use that for didactic purposes in this video. But they're all speaking about the same thing. Your higher self is not something distant or separate. It is literally the purest and wisest source of your very being. Think of yourself as a single leaf on a vast cosmic tree, and the only version you currently perceive is just that leaf. However, your higher self is the strong, robust trunk, sustaining all your infinite versions, guiding your evolutionary journey, and always offering wisdom for your spiritual expansion and quantum manifestation. That's why you've already experienced powerful sensations like intense déjà-vus, hyper-realistic dreams, or even lucid ones, and sudden intuitions that turned out to be real. These are clear emotional signs of your consciousness, traveling across dimensions, trying to establish contact with other parts of yourself. Your higher self is already communicating constantly, just waiting for you to open a conscious channel. In fact, the idea that you exist simultaneously in multiple realities, as a consciousness fragmented across interconnected branches, has been supported not only by mystical traditions, but also by modern metaphysical and consciousness studies. And now that you know, there's a version of you patiently waiting to be heard. The next step is to understand why you must establish that contact and how it can transform your life on a quantum level. Why speak with your higher self? Thousands of years ago in Egypt, the sage Hermes Trismegistus said, "The universe is mental. Everything is consciousness." What he meant is that everything you see around you, every element, person, or object, carries a level of consciousness, and every situation is the direct result of thoughts and the vibration emitted by those consciousnesses. The all is conscious, therefore everything created by it is as well. And here's the essential point. No one understands your mind and your power of manifestation better than your higher self. This enlightened and quantum version of you has already walked the entire evolutionary path you are still on. It has overcome internal limitations, transcended negative beliefs, and reached a state of full unification with the all. That's why speaking directly with your higher self is more than just an interesting possibility. It's a powerful and deeply effective strategy to accelerate your spiritual evolution and radically transform your reality. Think for a moment. Is it possible to change your life while keeping the same thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that created your current reality? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? But that's exactly what most people try to do. What you manifest in your life doesn't only depend on your conscious desires, but primarily on what you deeply believe, your internal system of beliefs and paradigms. These beliefs act like invisible commands running in your mind, silently determining what you can or cannot manifest. The only way to truly transform your life is to reprogram those internal commands, replacing limiting beliefs with expansive ones aligned to your true potential. And who better than your own higher self, who has already completed this reprogramming, to guide you through this complex process? Speaking with your higher self is like having access to the most experienced and specialized architect of the exact house you dream of living in. Imagine trying to build a mansion without ever having done it before, relying only on a vague blueprint and guesswork. Now imagine being able to consult freely with the most qualified architect who has built that mansion countless times before and knows every detail of the project. This connection is so powerful because your mind is literally a quantum portal, a channel that collapses infinite possibilities into concrete realities. What determines which reality you will manifest is the vibrational level your consciousness is operating on. By engaging in direct dialogue with your higher self, you tune into a higher vibrational frequency, allowing you to access with much more clarity the realities you truly want to live. Each conversation with your higher self expands your awareness, unlocking doors to accelerated manifestation aligned with your highest purpose. You stop being someone lost between desires and doubts and become a fully conscious chosen one, capable of shaping your reality. Now that you understand why you need to speak with your higher self, it's time to learn exactly how to establish this deep communication using quantum mechanics to transform your life in practice. But just before that, let me ask, are you already subscribed to the channel? I strongly suggest you do because this technique works perfectly only for zenithers. So here's the tip. The quantum technique of the astral reunion. Now you understand why connecting with your higher self is necessary. But to do it clearly, you must first raise your vibrational frequency. This step is essential to ensure your mind is open and receptive to the information that will be shared during the conversation. There's no point in trying to access this higher dimension without first preparing your consciousness. You need to elevate your frequency before you begin. And now I'll tell you exactly how to do that. The first step to raise your frequency is to practice meditation daily. Meditation helps you gain better control over your thoughts, eliminating excess mental noise that blocks your ability to connect with your higher self. The second step is to watch what you eat. Prioritize natural, fresh foods. Peel more, unwrap less, because everything you consume directly affects your vibration and consciousness. Additionally, pay close attention to everything you watch and listen to throughout your day. Always remember this powerful truth. You become what you see and hear. Consciously choose content that uplifts, motivates, and expands your consciousness, and avoid anything that could lower your energetic frequency. Strive for excellence in everything you do, not just professionally, but also in every relationship and daily interaction. Another crucial step is to cultivate self-love and love for others. The more love you nurture in your heart, the closer your vibration aligns with the fundamental energy of the all. Finally, never agree to do something you know will harm others, whether through thoughts, words, or actions. Maintaining this ethical commitment is essential to sustain a high vibration and truly open a clear channel for communication with your higher self. Now, with your frequency elevated, you're ready to apply the specific quantum technique I'm calling the Astral Reunion, a powerful form of intentional meditation. Choose a quiet, peaceful, and comfortable place. Sit with your spine straight and close your eyes. Breathe deeply a few times, and then visualize a fundamental energy rising from the center of the earth and slowly reaching your feet. Allow this energy to rise gently through your body, passing through each region until it reaches the top of your head. At that moment, imagine yourself softly leaving your physical body, symbolically tying a cord to your feet, which will help you return to your body later. With this safety in place, visualize yourself beginning to ascend rapidly, moving away from Earth at high speed until you completely leave the planet. Keep ascending, leaving the galaxy and crossing the entire universe, always visualizing this journey with clarity. Upon reaching the edge of the physical universe, imagine yourself crossing through several dimensions, rising higher and higher until you reach a vibrant and luminous portal. As you pass through this portal, take a deep breath and realize that you are now standing before the pure energy of the all, fully unified with this infinite and loving consciousness. At this precise point of the experience, visualize yourself entering a beautiful and comfortable meeting room. This is where you will find your higher self, calmly seated and already waiting for your arrival. Now, bring into this mental meeting the challenges, doubts, and concerns you're facing in your present moment. Present these clearly to your higher self and simply wait, listening attentively to the advice and responses that will naturally arise in your mind. Remain in this mental meeting with your higher self for at least 15 minutes every morning. This repeated process will strongly stimulate your mind, aligning it with higher frequencies and allowing direct access to the wisdom stored in your personal quantum field. You are not imagining something outside of you. On the contrary, you are awakening and accessing a deep knowledge that has always been within you, simply waiting to be consciously activated. You are already ready for the next level. So let me repeat, you already exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously, and now you have direct access to your higher self through the powerful quantum practice of the Astral Reunion. Now you know exactly how to raise your frequency, break limiting paradigms, and activate your true quantum power, becoming a conscious chosen one aligned with your highest manifestation. There's one great truth. The reality you so deeply desire already exists. It's simply waiting for you to become someone capable of sustaining it. If this content made you feel inspired and curious, you might be one of us, a true Eisenither. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel right now to join this community of chosen ones. Few are truly interested in spiritual awakening, but together, we are stronger. And for you who stayed with me until the end, comment right now, "I will be my higher self's best friend, and I will use my intuition to choose another video for you." Your next message from the All. And remember, you are not here to find a purpose. You are the purpose, experiencing itself. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope to see you in the next video. A life of infinite possibilities awaits you.